I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. What I'm about to share isn't the kind of thing your father told you before bed. It's not what your teachers drilled into you in school. It's not what society wants you to know. In fact, most men will go to their graves completely blind to this. And that's exactly how the system wants it. Because once you hear what I'm about to tell you, you can't unhear it. It's the kind of knowledge that splits your life into two parts: the time before you knew it, and the time after. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli put into words the most dangerous truths about human nature ever recorded. So dangerous that the Catholic Church banned his book. So powerful that kings, presidents, CEOs, and generals have studied it in secret while condemning it in public. Why? Because Machiavelli didn't write theory. He wrote the operating manual for human beings. Not how we pretend to work, not how we wish we worked, but how we actually work. And here's the part that should terrify you. The people who already know these truths are using them against you every single day. In boardrooms, in relationships, in politics, in war. They're playing chess while you're still playing checkers. So ask yourself, why didn't your father teach you this? Why didn't your teachers? The answer is simple: because their fathers didn't teach them. And because society has programmed you to believe that seeing reality makes you cynical, that strategy makes you manipulative, that understanding power makes you evil. But here's the brutal truth. Ignorance isn't virtue. Ignorance is weakness. And starting right now, I'm going to make you powerful. I'm going to make you dangerous. And once you see these truths, you'll never see human interaction the same way again. So before we go any further, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because what I'm about to reveal will make you see the world differently forever. And you don't want to miss what comes next. You've been told your whole life that humans are rational, that we weigh options, that we calculate outcomes, that we make decisions based on logic and reason. That's a lie, and it's one of the most dangerous lies you've ever been fed. Machiavelli knew the truth 500 years ago. He wrote, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel." Translation: people make choices based on appearances, on illusions, on what looks right, not what is right. And here's the dark reality. Most people don't want the truth. They want comfort. Think about it. The friend who begs you for advice about his failing relationship, but ignores you because the truth would hurt. The coworker who complains he's broke, then throws away money on Starbucks every morning because the ritual feels good. The woman who swears she wants a nice guy, but repeatedly falls into the arms of the man who treats her like an option. Logic dies the moment it collides with desire. Reason evaporates when faced with fear, lust, status, or comfort. That's the game, and you've been playing it wrong. Because you've been told to persuade people with facts, to win arguments with evidence, to show people the rational path. But facts don't move people. Feelings do. The man who masters feelings, who knows how to bypass logic and speak straight to emotion, controls every room he enters. That man doesn't waste time trying to prove he's right. He makes people feel he's right. And that is infinitely more powerful. Think about the greatest manipulators in history. Hitler didn't rise to power with spreadsheets and statistics. He rose with speeches that inflamed anger, fear, and hope. Corporations don't make billions by showing you the chemical formula of soda. They sell you happiness in a bottle. Religions don't spread with philosophy debates. They spread by capturing the heart, the soul, the fear of damnation, and the promise of paradise. This is why you lose arguments. This is why your advice is ignored. This is why the people you want to influence slip through your fingers, because you thought people were rational. They're not. They're addicts chasing feelings. So here's your first dark lesson. Stop trying to change minds with facts. Start shaping emotions. Want to make someone follow you? Don't tell them what's good for them. Show them what makes them feel good about themselves. Want to influence a partner? Don't argue about logic. Make them experience the pain of losing you, or the joy of pleasing you. Want to dominate in business? Forget data. Craft the story that makes your audience believe you're the inevitable winner. The man who argues with facts is a school teacher. The man who manipulates feelings is a king. And once you understand this, you'll see through everyone around you. The politician's smile, the influencer's brand, the co-worker's excuses, all masks designed to protect feelings, not reveal truth. But once you see the mask, once you know that beneath every action is an emotion, a weakness, a hunger, you can pull the strings. And that's just the beginning. Because if people are irrational, then loyalty itself must be an illusion. And that takes us to Machiavelli's next warning. There are only two kinds of men in this world: predators and prey. That's it. Strip away the polite masks, the politics, the morality, and what you're left with is the oldest law of nature. The strong take. The weak are taken from. And here's the hidden cruelty. Weakness doesn't just fail to protect you. It attracts predators, like blood in the water. Think about it. Why do bullies single out the quiet kid, not the fighter? Why do corporations cut the weakest employees first? Why do women abandon the man who bends and cling to the man who stands firm? Because predators always choose the easy meal. Machiavelli knew this. He wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Not because fear is noble, but because fear keeps the wolves away. Love without strength invites betrayal, but fear without love commands survival." Now here's the sinister twist most men never realize. Weakness doesn't just destroy you. It corrupts everyone around you. A weak man forces others to carry him. A weak man drains the strong until they either cut him loose or collapse with him. A weak man makes the world harsher for everyone else. Because when predators devour him, they don't stop. They look for the next meal. That's why weakness is more dangerous than cruelty. Cruel men at least stand on their own. Weak men become black holes, pulling others down with them. And yet, society tells you to be harmless, to soften yourself, to embrace your weakness. They call it sensitivity. They call it being a better man. But here's the truth. The man who cannot defend himself, his family, or his reputation is not a good man. He's a liability. Strength is not optional. It is the price of survival. And once you accept this, the world looks different. Every interaction becomes a test. Who is predator? Who is prey? Who is strong enough to set the rules? And who is weak enough to follow them blindly? This is why women chase men who radiate strength, because instinctively they know weakness cannot protect them. This is why leaders rise to power, because people would rather obey the strong than be torn apart in the chaos of the weak. And this is why you must decide. Will you be predator or prey? Your father, your teachers, maybe even your mother, they all told you the same thing. Be nice. Be agreeable. Don't make waves. Don't upset anyone. And people will like you. They lied. Machiavelli saw it centuries ago. He wrote, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions." Do you see what he meant? People confuse weakness for goodness. They confuse obedience for virtue. And they confuse being nice, with being valuable.